I'm now at the operating room. Okay. Now I'm right here. Okay. Loading complete. Resuming game. They stepped out of the kitchen and into the hallway that looked rather familiar. A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were two elevators and the entrance to the kitchen. They had entered the kitchen from one door and came out the other. That meant their map of the shippeteria was accurate. They laid the map out in front of them and began to discuss the next step. There were 4 possible routes. A, B, C, and D. First, A and B. A and B both seemed to connect into a L-shaped room. Not large. However, the 2 doors that led to the room were both locked and could not be opened. I'm gonna do this real quick because I don't want my headset on my head. Next was Route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase. That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors. Then, do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway? No, I don't think we will. Why not? Look. There, by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed. But it's open now. What do you think that means? They opened it, most likely. Then if we take Route C, we're going backwards. That would be pointless. Then that means all 4 looked at the map. They all looked at the staircase. It's lazy curve? What the fuck? How can the curve be lazy? Leading down deeper in the ship. Route D then. D it is. Yep, Route D. Oh, you're all gonna be saying fucking Route D and describe how it's Route D? Fuck off! Goddamn. This fucking game, bro. They jogged down the stairs until they reached C deck. Just to be sure, they kept going to check the deck beneath. Yeah, just they thought the deck is totally underwater. Just like the bottom of the central staircase. The water gazed back at them. No, it cannot. Its smooth surface like a grey mirror. And as ominous as it was, Jinpei took at least some comfort in the fact that the level hadn't gone up much since the last he'd seen it. They turned back to C deck. It didn't take them long to find the 2 elevators in front of the stairs. They looked identical to the elevators on the top floor, with no exception. These elevators had a card reader on the wall between them. One card reader was a strange mark. I think that's the mark of Venus, wasn't it? A strange mark. Hey, look. It's Lotus symbol. It's McGee, you mean? Huh? I see the woman symbol with a horn on it. That seems like... Tits McGee had taken hold of Jinpei's hair. She began to shake him violently. Of course the bitch would. And he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat. Such violence. Jinpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, June spoke up. This is the Mercury symbol. The horse symbolizes the wings of Hermes' staff. Hermes, whatever. Shut the fuck up, cuck. No, I'm not reading your text anymore. Tits McGee. In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it. I'm not reading cucks. No, fuck off. They gave up on the elevator and returned to the stairs. A hallway stretched out to the left. A great many doors lined both sides of the hallway. They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging. No, I refuse. I think the sun already set. I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that is going to be going down anytime soon. That's even worse. I'll read it now. Fuck it. Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we? Frustration and fear building, they walked back to the stairs. To their right was a small hallway. Not smile, small hallway. Quickly they headed into it. It was approximately the size as a clove in front of the stairs. The hallway led towards the stern, and its end was set of double doors. Let's open it. Junpei nodded and grabbed the closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move. It was unlocked. Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw. Hell, it's the only way. Chemical therapy, breathing you in slow. He simply stood, unable to speak. The others simply stared open-mouthed. After a few long moments, Cock managed to speak. What the hell is that? A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the four companions. What? It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. You could call that a bed, really? No, it's just a frame, bro. They were simple things, little more than a pipe and tin mattresses. Oh, I guess there are mattresses on it. Is this a hospital? He had at last been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded in the room. That pervaded the room, whatever. The room swam with harsh, biting smell of antiseptic. What? How can a fucking room swim? And how can a smell swim? This is so dumb. This is so dumb. In the center of the room were shelves stacked with medicine and a number of medical devices, the function of which Junpei did not know. I already read this though, but it's slightly different, I guess. More importantly, on the back of the wall there were 4 doors. 3 of them were embossed with large yes. I've already been through this. Skip this. The fuck? Alright then. Breathing you in slow. Oh, of course, yes, they did the exact same thing but with different characters. And now they see that it's missing parts, and they're gonna look for the parts now, and yada 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 blah 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 blah. Already been through this. Already been through this. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh. This fucking is not important. How can I not skip this? I thought I could skip this. Hello? Skip! My guy! I've already been through this! Oh my god. Just because there are slightly differences? Really? Just come on, man. I do not care. This is not new information. This is not new plot. This is the exact same thing, but the characters are mixed up. Okay, just move on, please. Yeah, the gigantic. Oh my god, I've already been through this. I can go back into the fucking conversation. Interesting. Oh my god. The exact same shit. It's the exact same shit. I can even go faster with this. Damn, nice. Not with cutscenes though. Memory nonsense. We know already. Wait, what? Immediately he knew that what she meant the display on the front of the red was vacant. I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it. Well, Jinpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut. What the hell? What is up with you guys? They all knew something he didn't, and yeah, it's Snake again, isn't it? Quebec is already like this. Yes. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's a snake. Quote unquote snake. Back to the large hospital room C deck. Back to the large hospital room C deck. Walk away without saying anything. Finish searching. I need to save before the choices. Same shit. Oh, I almost fucked that up. She was right. And then door 7. Aha! Now I can skip it. So much better. And then door 7. I think I'm gonna go with door 7. Okay, 7 it is. Yeah. Alright. That means June's gotta go through door 8. What? Why? What? Cock grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain. If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, then there are only 3 ways we can do it. Plan A, go through 7 with 3, 5, 8, and go through 8 with 4. Plan B. Plan C. And that's it. Those are only options. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same door. Get it now? As Cock finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corners of her eyes. Oh no, you're saying we aren't going to see each other again for a long time? Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face, but he knew that if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he steeled his resolve and smiled. Hey, come on, you're making it sound like we're never going to see each other again. We got to split up, but only for a while. This is just like we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up to then too, but we all meet back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that. You mean they're connected somewhere? Yes, probably. Probably. Man, oh my god, you're all the same. She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected. I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere. What? What does make you think so? If they don't connect, neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it up. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door. June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Jim. Bye. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again, I promise. June bit her lip and gave him an almost whatever nod. What was it with you and nods, man? Yes, promise. Her voice was barely even a whisper. Whatever. Cock's voice shattered the moment. I'm not reading that. He stretched and continued. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Fuck off. I don't care about you. I don't care. Clover looked away and was silent for a moment. Whatever. It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Cock didn't seem to care. At Cock's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover 7 and Pei walked toward door 7. Cock, Tits McGee, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath. You guys ready? Yeah. Yes. Okay, let's go. Unnecessary cutscenes. Skip, 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 skip. The door had opened. Blah 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 blah. Okay, go on. La 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 la. Don't care. Okay. He looked to the right towards the door. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. How can that be a mirror image of Junpei? You're fucking male and female. That's not a mirror image. Fucking delusional. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded again. Bro has a fucking nod fetish. The fuck? Their farewell took about 1.5 seconds. Then someone took a hold of Junpei's arm and hauled him bodily through the door. Sure, bucko. Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. 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 Sure. Chop chop. Okay. Still trying to catch his breath. 7 leaned heavily against the wall. It stopped. It stopped. Ha. His smile seemed forced and a little crooked. This is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, bud. Phew, you never get used to it. He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him. I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that. What? What the hell did you say? Say that again, I dare you. You have? No. You little, you want to die. I'd like to see you try, you fucking brat. Alright, let's go. Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this. It's not gonna do us any good. Gosh. Oh, gosh. Pei signed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and puzzles were really the greatest challenge they faced. Wait for a minute, alright? I'm gonna see if there's any other doors. They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyways. First he examines the inner part of the numbered door. It was, of course, shut tight. On the left was a single short hallway that terminated almost immediately at a thick iron wall. Junpei doubted the wall could be moved. At last he gave up and returned to 7, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door. This door's gotta be the only option we got, right? Yeah, it looks like it. There was a metal plaque bolted above the door. It read operating room. If it was to be believed the room on the other side of the door was an operating room, something about it made Junpei feel nervous. Well, there is no point standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us. 7 grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. Slowly, oh my god. The creak of the hinge sounded like a groan of an old woman. What the fuck, bro? A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine. How can it chill Oh my god, this narrator is weird. Quickly he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. 7 followed, with Clover right behind him. Part of the room was just past the door and obscured by a screen. Clover's curiosity got the better of her and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Yay! Her scream was nearly blown out. It screamed nearly blown out. It was loud. He and 7 ran toward Clover to see what frightened her. They rounded the screen and cause of her outburst was immediately clear. What the hell is this? It's a fucking mannequin. It's a mannequin on the operating table. Could have just written that down instead of all of this. A mannequin on the table. It was an operating table. What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something. A doll? Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible, from as far away as possible, at the thing. Phew, Junpei could see her relax. You're right, it's only a doll. Man, it really scared me. She heaved a great sign of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked. Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls. Shut it. Don't you start with me, fatty. Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff? Yeah, bring it on, you whale. Hey, you guys not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Chip is shy, shook his head. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more. I'm talking about heart. Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest? Yeah. It was a little higher than normal for a human body, but for the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart. Why would there be a heart in it all? I don't think it's a doll. You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something? Or maybe it's got more personal uses? Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Clover glared at him. Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go. Okay, sure thing. Indian editing software. Unnecessarily close-ups. Examine the card for the Kosher forceps. Examine the card for the Kosher software. Oh, those scissors, they look kind of funny. No, that's probably a pair of Kosher forceps. The surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels shut and keep tissue out of the way. We can use it to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that. Kosher forceps, they can fit into small holes and stuff. Okay. A bunch of surgical tools. Okay. And then we have examined the other table for a scalpel. Maybe you're supposed to heat something, like a gauze. The boiling thing over there. There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. Separate my skin from bone. Another medical mannequin from the looks of it. This one is a chick. She has a name too, Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm. Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts? This bed doesn't look very comfortable. What's this thing? It's gotta be short iron legs. Maybe it's a heater. There's nothing inside. The drawers are empty. Yeah, nothing here. There's a whole bunch of bottles on the shelf. They look like medicine. They got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand. There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart. Ugh. Honestly. Looks like it's locked. Guess we're gonna have to find a key or something. Junpei, where are you going? That's the door we came through. The only thing out there is a numbered door. Pretty sure I don't need to tell you that the numbered door is a one-way deal, so you're saying there's no point in going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome. It's locked. We can probably find the key if we just look some more. Let's look somewhere else. Scalpel. A scalpel that's not rusty. Seems like it was put here for a reason, huh? You think it's telling us to cut something? Yeah, I do. Examine it again. Use the forceps on the mannequin's bust for fake organ. You probably can cut something soft with it. That's the scalpel. What about 7? He looks more like a scalper. This guy's a jerk. A sharp scalpel probably cut the things out of it. Okay, sure. Anything else here? No, it's just that. Okay. None of these other stuff looks useful. Yeah, it do. They all look pretty rusty. Okay, still weapons? Maybe. So we took an organ thingy out of the chest thingy. It's a lung, not an organ thingy. Huh? This part here on the back is all rubbery. You're right. So, it's a fake organ, of course. Wait, what's 7 grabbing for? Hey, it feels like there's something in here. You think we could cut through the rubber? Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel. Oh my god, it's in the key. Find the key in the internal organ. Examine the note on the table. What note on the table? Unlock the door on the left of the entrance. Oh, that table. Okay. Aha. Yaha. Cool, it's unlocked. Okay, fucking open the goddamn door. On the table. And there's something in here. Let's see. Huh? A piece of paper. What's this? It's some kind of medical record? Crap. Yeah. New material added to the file screen. Okay. Let's just... medical. A cabinet with a drawer in it. Oh, okay. What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here? But I'm tired. There's a long chair in the corner of the room. I found a breaker. Okay. And 4 different lights. You have to color white, red, blue, and purple. Does this thing react to something? And then the lights or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I think the doctor nurses probably washed their hands before an operation. Nothing suspicious. It won't open. Looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think it means something? Damn, it's not opening. Locked, of course. The blue plate on here seems a little suspicious though. Damn, it's not opening. It won't even budge. It's got this purple plate on it though. Red plate on it, and it won't open. Okay. It is locked. It won't even budge. Do you think this is the exit? Okay. Take the note on the table. Iron 1, salt 2, water 3, carbon dioxide question. Huh? What? Separate skin from bone. I don't get it. There's supposed to be a paper, a sink, with examine the note on the table. Examine the note on the table? What notes? I don't see a note. Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says key G on the display. You think maybe it's a skill? There's a lot of tools. Anything boiled, sterilized, nothing on the drawer. Ew, that's gross. This is a chest, it's a woman's chest. The heart's gone and it's pretty hot. If that's the kind of turn on 7, okay. Huh? Where the fuck is it? They examined the note on the table. What fucking note are you talking about, mate? Operating table, do you think the operating table looks like this? I have no idea. Can you walk towards it? Bruh. Chest of the medic, okay. A table with scalpel and forceps, they're all rusty. Don't think it's gonna be any useful. No, I don't want to quit. I want to find out where the paper is. File. A medical record found that it has 2 records of medicines. There are mill. Yeah, but where's the notes? Examine the note on the table. Unlock the door on the left. Unlock the door on the left and then it says examine the table. Four different lights, each color. It's an empty breaker. 4 different lights, each of them a different color, red, white, and blue. Does this thing react to something? The white light on top of it is glowing, yeah, but the red, blue, and purple ones aren't lit. Only the white one is lit. The ray of light going to the beaker, and it's hitting the other thing on the right. Darn. This is the preparation room. Are you fucking serious? The reason... Are you fucking serious? There's no reason to go back. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you. This fucking guy didn't say anything. Oh, fuck you. Rectangular round table. I wonder if the people mix men. Okay, whatever. Something stinks. It's coming from this bottle. It says ANH3. Well, that's of course stinks. It's ammonia. Hey, Jinpei, you think there's slugs on the ship, huh? Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. She's pointing the label as and salt, huh? Do you think Sam will shrivel up if you put it on him? Hey, you say something. There's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf. How do you know it's iron? The label Fe. Fence for iron, right? Hey, Jinpei, there's diammonium monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water? What's this? Looks like a can with spray nozzle. It says CO2. So it can be filled with carbon dioxide. Good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? I'm talking about that bottle. It says it's ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made of. So you're gonna drink it? Nah, I won't. It might say That's what's on the label. But there could be anything in there. Big ball of fentanyl. Wow, what the fuck? I need to click on the candle and then it will do this? Fuck off. Fucking guide doesn't say shit. Looks like there's an enter the passcode, 3 numbers, ESC, clear. Put your number, ESC, press it, and let's give it a shot. Okay, just fuck off. 3, 4, 9. E. Fake right arm. It's the right arm of the body. It kinda is creepy. Sure. A heart. That thing is super creepy. This ain't good for the heart. Take the fake right arm and the fake heart. Take the blue liquid and the red liquid. It looks like there's something inside the bottle. Why don't you try pouring some onto the cap? I can't see any reason why not. What's that? It's bright blue. Do you think it's alien blood? Where the hell did that come from? Then what do you think it is, Seven? I don't know. Some sort of special bath soap? What a boring guess. Just because it's boring doesn't make it less right. Okay. And then the red one. Looks like there's something inside the bottle. Why don't you try pouring in something in the cap? Can't see any reason why not. It's the same fucking shit. It's bright red. Do you think it's blood? No, blood is thicker than that. Then what is it? Beats me. Okay. La 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 la. Know about Ice 9. You think we should go back? Yeah, I think that's probably best. Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that Seven wasn't following suit. Hey Seven, what's up? Oh, well. He looked up at Junpei distractedly and then back down at the brown bottle he held cupped in his large hands. What's that? In response, Seven tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label. Ethylendiamine EDT. It's tartaric. What kind of medicine is that? It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent. Why would that have something like? Why would they have something like that here? Well, probably to clean stuff up. Clean what up? Fuck if I know. Still, it looks like it's cleaned. It looks like it cleans my brain up. Junpei looked up from the bottle. Do you remember something? Seven nodded slowly and spoke. I remember a story about EDT. It happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started to happen with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into some sort of mutation of the original crystals called hydrate. Once the crystals turn into hydrate though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals as hydrate. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment, but now all of a sudden every single crystal formed turned into hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make pure EDT crystal. Even EDT research done years before, they never got in the hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say this? Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. Then phenomena spread throughout the world, right? Junpei looked up at Seven with a half smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded. Yeah, that's exactly... But how did you know? I heard another story kinda like that one. When? In the freezer. What? The freezer? Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer and in the kitchen. In the freezer, in the kitchen. What? Oh, fucking... This narrator can't write for shit, man. He cannot write for shit. How one day... Okay... Repetitive stuff can be gone. Doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. Do you know about Ice Nine? Woman on the boat? Alice. Who's Alice? Come on. The woman who won't melt at room temperature. It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath. You know the Titanic sank on April 15, right? Yeah, more than 100, whatever. Where's maritime, whatever. What about it? Did you hear about the boat that was collected dead bodies? I think the Arisicapa. It was a cruise liner just like the Titanic. No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS Mackay Bennett. The Mackay Bennett showed on April 17, 2 days after the accident. It was set from whatever. This is so nonsense. I don't care about this. The fucking bunch of dead bodies. Yay, good for you. Boat name, awesome. None of this fucking matters. None of it fucking matters to me. A coffin, a wooden one. No, 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 no. I don't fucking care, no. No, 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 no. With a dead body. That body in it is the same one that was in the freezer. Nonsense, nonsense. This is not reliable information. I don't give a shit. This is nonsense. Fucking go away. I don't fucking care about the shit. Just fucking skip. Oh my god, yo. I'm gonna be hearing this back and this is not gonna do anything for me. Might as well cut this out, honestly. Nah, I'm not. I'm just gonna keep talking until this fucking nonsense. Like, this is so much yapping. So much yapping about a fucking coffin and a dead guy in the Titanic and whatever the fuck. This has nothing to do with the story in my eyes at all. This is nothing. It's fucking nothing. And if this is going to set me up to the fucking coffin ending, then the guide lied to me. The guide straight up lied to me. But fuck it. No, but I unlocked the door on the left to the pharmacy. Open the rest of the door, medical record. Add the blue liquid to the beaker. There we go. I did it in reverse order, I guess. Nyeh, nyeh. Hey, it turned red. Darn. Hey, it turned red. Forget about that. Didn't you hear something just now? Doesn't matter. This is fine. It's a woman, but damn, not at all. No, that's crazy. You sure you're acting kind of shady? Honestly, man, people who like feet and fucking want to beat their dick to fucking meat or feet, they're all fucking disgusting. You're pathetic. Like, fucking hell, imagine liking feet, man, that you want to beat your meat to it. Like, oh my god, that feet picture. Fucking slit your goddamn throat. Nobody cares about your fucking existence. Like, honestly, man, Nowadays, it's just, oh, what's the group of people that like something the least? Like, the least amount of people in a group that like something. Oh, the lid of a can. Only 10 people like this. I'm gonna be part of this because I want to be special. I now am attracted to lids of cans. Oh my god, I'm so quirky and oh my god, I'm so special. No, you're all kids. Refuse to grow the fuck up. When I was 9 years old, I thought I was a vampire. Now they're 30 years old and they think they can be a woman. You all are fucking childish. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. That's some discipline. Join the fucking army. See the harsh reality of the world. Not in your safe fucking bubble. I think I heard another noise. Uh-huh. That's the left foot of the mannequin. Do you think I'm better? Huh? Do you think my legs are skinnier? What the fuck, Clover? What? I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make a purple one. Good job! The red purple light came on and I heard a knock. I'm sure it's unlocked now. The lock will be... That's bullshit. I now should have a bottle with purple one. Yes, purple liquid. The bottle has purple liquid in it. Yeah, now it's purple. That's really fucking good. That they are consistent with that. Amazing. Awesome. That's not a nose, it's a stomach. Oh, a stomach. Uh-huh. Take the fake stomach, remove the sheet from... Okay. 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 Eat. 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 An old hard bed. Okay. Uh-huh. Replace Lucy's body parts. Okay, so we've got like 6 parts of the medical mannequin. So the only ones... Okay, move Lucy, right? Yeah. Seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope. I agree. I'm pretty sure our John over there would be happy too. Alright, let's get started. Combine. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight? Weight? Yeah, well, you know, how there is a skill on the side of the bed. Maybe. We need to get the skill to a specific number. How are we gonna do that? I think we're supposed to swap the body parts with John. Oh, let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The screen below display 2 mannequins, whatever. You can switch the body parts by touching the part if you want to switch that out, and then the part you want to switch in. Okay, I'm just gonna do this, and 9 medical mannequin puzzle. Eat operating room 999 guide. Okay. 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 There. No dice. I think if we knew the weight of each part, we could figure it out. Bitch! That one, that one, that one, that one. Tap each part, body part, on one body except for the heart. Well, I fucking did. To solve it, tap each body part on one body except the heart. Go back to the first operating table and check the wood panel device. Alright, look at the medical records. You gotta use hints. Oh my god! What the fuck? I'm doing it right, man! Oh wow, okay, that's what went wrong. It says except for the heart. That makes everybody think that the chest area should not be swapped, right? But it should have been. Like, this is why I don't fucking appreciate guides. I really cannot stand them. Like, they help 55%. The rest you have to figure it out yourself. What the fuck's the point of a guide then? We better check it out. Okay. Huh? The lid on the scale. Hey, it opened! Ooh, I got it. Must have been okay, okay. Don't care. There's a mark engraved on this key. I think it's a Jupiter symbol. How about I record at the same time, making my woman hear what I am saying and create my voice as an ASMR? Okay. Let's see. Examine the box. It joins a table. Require Jupiter. Alright. Require the Jupiter key. Give her the 4-leaf clover. Patch it up. What? Oh, not that way. No! No! Hey, hold on. Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob. What's up? Where's Clover? Huh? Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen. God damn it, where the hell did she go? Gah. Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her. Sure thing. Is it muted? No, it's not. Sure thing. Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin. Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's go get out of here. She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead. What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John? It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, an attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing. Hey Clover, can you hear me? Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice. My brother might be dead. Huh? That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next. Suddenly the operating room felt very, very cold. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Give her the 4-leaf clover. Gave her the 4-leaf clover. Oh yeah, he didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier. He reached into his pocket and dug it out. A 4-leaf clover. Gok had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover. Did you know that each leaf on the 4-leaf clover means something? Hope, faith, love, and luck. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm. He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand. Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean your brother, he's not dead. He's alive somewhere, I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that. He's kinda not wrong. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form in the corner of her eye. Thank you. Her voice was tiny and broken. As she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles around on the floor. Thank you. She said it again. Sorry, I got lost in thought for a moment. I remembered something very specific. Damn. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb. What the fuck's errant tear? Oh my god, bro. You're like writing down an essay and just adding words to it because you need to reach a certain amount of words. Fuck off. And gave her the best smile he could manage. Now come on, Seven is waiting for us at the exit. But still she didn't move. Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you. What's that? What do you think when you hear the word experiment? For a moment his mind froze, then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition. What? Oh, huh. I guess it was just coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover. Look, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now. Oh, no, it's nothing, just forget about it. Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about? Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke. You promise you won't tell anyone? Cross my heart. Really? Really. I can't trust you, right? Of course you can. Clover slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket, her eyes still red from crying. She looked up at Junpei. Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago. Wait. On this ship? Yeah, this ship. He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably the best. He thought to save them until Clover had finished. It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. That was not right. Yeah, psychic thing. It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Okay, guess it was psychic. Something about communicating through these fields that you can't see. Fields that you can't see? He'd heard something like this before. Clover nodded. Like, think about this. She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin. This is John, right? But is he really John? All Junpei could think was she finally has completely lost it. Isn't this like Luke's socks? Or the ship of Theseus? Theseus. Theseus. Titties. Junpei grew even more confused. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes? Junpei shook his head. Clover laughed. Okay, well, pay attention then. This is how Luke's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if it was your sock, Junpei? Patch it up. Well, I guess I patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole. But what if another hole opens? I'll add another patch, I suppose. What if another hole opened after that? Another patch, I guess? Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same sock that you started with? That's tough. Junpei crossed his arms. So that's the Luke's socks thing. Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like that. The ship of the titties, if you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say the ship? Can you really say that the ship of oh my god! Can you really say that ship is the ship of the titties? That you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts? It was an interesting question. Clover could not see Junpei. It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued. Hey, do you think it's the same? What's the same? These guys. Is this Jan? Or is it Lucy now? Junpei looked at the operating table again. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Luke's socks in the ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds the person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom had held that the man's identity resides in his heart or any of the number of internal organs. Jan's head and heart were both his. But apart from that, and a single arm, the rest of the body had once been Lucy's. Was that mannequin really Jan? No, it's no one. It's fucking no one. It's a mannequin. That's it. We're just like these mannequins. She looked at Junpei again. Think about it. The cells in our bodies change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made of a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right? That's how we're all connected, through fields that cannot be seen with the naked eye. The silence was broken by Seven. Hey! I called it. What the hell are you taking so long? Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy. How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell it in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on. Oh, what were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting? No, it wasn't. We were just playing with the mannequins. Huh? Let's go, Junpei. Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared at her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression. Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei. You're a dick. Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's badge out the door. What? With a short laugh, Seven followed. They stood looking at the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key. Alright, I'm gonna open it. Is that cool? Blah 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 blah. Then open the fucking door then. He felt it unlock. Chop chop. Okay, you're just gonna fucking inscribe the door. Wow, good job, man. Good job. Awesome. Unnecessary. And also flashbacks. And describe the flashback. Amazing. It's not a fucking essay that you need to fucking write down with 1,000,000 words. Oh my god. Yay. The final door was hidden in the corner of the hall. Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made it push it open, the voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven or Clover. Junpei! He spun around. He saw someone running toward him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming toward Junpei and his companions, Cuck, Titsumaki, and June. They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard. Whoa, what the hell is that? I'm an Audelilus OnlyFans object. I don't have an opinion nor thoughts, cause I only shove things in my hole and I record it, and you can buy it for like 1 cent, because I have no self-value. Before he could finish, Clover spoke. Hey guys, could you come take a look at this? She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. A map of the ship's interior. It said sea deck in the upper left corner. It was, they assumed, a map of the floor they were on. Door 7 and Door 8. The map confirmed that they already knew both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. In fact, yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll keep seeing each other. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the non-airy game works. Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again. His surprise and excitement gave way to weariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. Okay, I already read this though. Yes, and now they're gonna be going in the same fucking hospital place. Okay, chop. Okay, don't care. This is the same fucking shit. Open it up, and what do you see? The same fucking hospital beds than before. The same hospital beds from before. The same hospital beds from before. Come on. Chop chop. Okay. The same shit. Okay, I can skip this. Let's fucking go. I can even make it fatter. The key? Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room, right, Junpei? Junpei nodded. And the solar system key, the laboratory. Here, the Earth key. Though this dog is still warm with the key symbol on it. Hold on to it. Mindful if it get lost. Jupiter key, Saturn key card, Earth key. Of course there is a reason. They could only go down. Bada bada bidi boo boo, I gotta make some noise. There once was a carrot, and the carrot's name was Carrot. Carrot the carrot was on the carrot farm. And on the carrot farm, Carrot the carrot was making carrots. Not because he wanted to fuck carrots, but because he was planting carrots. Of course. So then, Carrot the carrot that was working on the carrot farm planting carrots. Well, that's possible. Carrot the carrot was carroting on the carrot farm, while carrots were carroting him on the carrot farm. The carrot was eventually eaten by a carrot lover, because the carrot lover also loved to stick carrots up his dick hole. The dick hole was also named Carrot, because Carrot liked to be carrot in the carrots, because he liked being carroting on the carrot farm. Door number 1. My choice is door number 1. Cock was unconvinced. Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. How could I do that? I wrote down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Cock examined it vigorously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been holding into his pocket. Although he'd never known it now, Cock had been justified in his suspicion. Junpei had switched papers. He had prepared 3 pieces of paper for doors 1, 2, and 3 and 6, and to put the paper with door 6 on it into the pot. He put a small mark on it so you know what it is. Why would he do that? He put the paper that said door 1 in his left hand and the paper that read door 2 in his right. When the drawing began, he saw to it and he drew last. The rest was easy. If he wanted, he could go into door 1, he'd use his left hand, and in his right hand if he wanted to do door 2. Of course, if you want door 6, that would be simple. All he needed to do was switch nothing and say 6 had been what he had wanted all along. Well, what does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. You got lucky. Cock snored and tossed the paper aside frustrated. Very well, we've decided who will go to door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself. Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams. June and I want door 6. Lotus and I want door 2. That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with 2 people. Alright. Fine. 7 will go through door 6. Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyways. Besides, if we got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June? Well, June was lost for words. Tits McGee was not. That big, just you wait and see. I'm a Tits McGee. If I can sell my fucking pussy and asshole on OnlyFans, then what is my worth? Oh right, I don't have any. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. Like, I don't care. I really don't care what's with women, man, that think that they can be so controlling and whatever the fuck. Same with Bulma and Chi-Chi. Goku and Vegeta could literally obliterate them with a pinky. Even after they separated at the staircase, Tits McGee was still muttering angrily to herself. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have been part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much. After all, he knew he would see her again. Wow, okay. Dialogue. I'm going, yeah. Oh wow, there's actually quite some left. I'll do the wheelhouse and then I'll end it. Jinpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck. They took out the Earth key and opened the door to the left. It opened and they walked through. It was just as Cock and Titsumiki had said. At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it. A numbered door. To the left of it was okay, same fucking nonsense. Can you just chop up, chop, 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 chop. Nobody gives a shit about repetitive nonsense. Repetitive nonsense. Only in songs. Repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff. There it is, over there. Chop, chop. Okay. Click, clickety, clack, clack. Okay, wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, the same shit. Oh my god. Yay. Wow. Woohoo. Yes, I did it. Now that Jinpei, not that Jinpei wanted to, he planned to finish the game before he got a chance to let him and Dad become a commonplace. Jinpei looked away at the he took the door after the So, this is the wheelhouse. He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke. Ace, you investigated the wheelhouse next door. Very well. Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something. Okay, I will. Alright then, let's get started. Why are they acting like that? I don't give a shit. Yeah! Secretly, Would you like to quit? No. Alright, open the chests of drawers. I think this is a nautical chart. And there's a line on here. I think the line is the route, the ship. There are dust all over the map. Oh, those are probably ports, like boats to stop at. It looks like the line connected to the dots. There is a stack of chart like that one. Yeah, how many are there? I'm not really sure, but I say somewhere the ballpark of there or so. A stack of nautical charts. Each page has different lines on it. I also have to take care of a lot of stuff in the background. I'll edit those things out. Over the chest, take the stack of nautical charts, examine the map on the wall. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in its center. There are a number of red pins, several locations. What do these pins mean? Well, the nautical charts that I picked up earlier have a map like this one. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Let's see. Well, what do you know? It looks like this one is a match to the pins. Okay, so I've got 7 locations connected by a straight line, and each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed new material has added to the file screen. Look at the shelf for a ship's log. The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in the blue one. There is something written on it. Ship's log. Huh. Ship's log, huh? New material added to the file screen. Ship's log. A ship's log found in the chart room. The following are written on the pages. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around. Okay, that's fine. Alright. I mean, I also have this one. But it doesn't really matter to me. Examine the middle drawer of the desk. Oh no, wait, it's this one. This is the middle one. Compass. That's a pocket watch. Oh, pocket watch, I think, actually. She sure hasn't been saying much, and she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kinda sad. A pocket watch, an old one too, the kind of that you have to wind. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes 39 seconds past 10 o'clock. I wonder if it's broken. Yeah, I don't feel anything moving. When I feel it with the dial here, it looks like I could move the hands manually though. Take the pocket watch. Oh, not a problem, but a voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch. Oh, a pocket watch. Mind if I take a look at it? Fuck you. Fuck you, you murderer. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. What, your eyes don't work properly, huh? And then suddenly you all go anime insane mode, thinking that you have a different personality? Man, I saw you burn up. Fuck you. He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch. Hey man, what are you doing over in this room? Oh, I just thought I'd come check on the two of you. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Well, not a problem, but... Well, not a problem, but... It was a lie. All Junpei wanted was to get rid of Ace. He sent Ace to the wheelhouse at the beginning for a reason. There was something he meant to ask Clover, and he meant to ask her in private. There was something he wanted to ask Clover, and he didn't want anyone else to hear him ask. He also knew that Clover would likely remain silent if there were anyone else around when he asked. Ask it. That was why he was so desperate to send Ace back to the wheelhouse. Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face. Oh, I see, of course. He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover. I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left. Phew. Junpei let out a sigh and brushed off a few sweats off his forehead. He turned and found himself looking straight into Clover's eyes. She heard what Ace had said. She regarded Junpei with caution. What was that about? She clearly was suspicious, and with good reason. Junpei's eyes widened, and he held his hand in a gesture of innocence. No, it's not like that. Then what was it like then, I just wanted to hear the rest of that story. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it until now. What story? About the experiment. Remember? The one you started to tell me in the operating room? You said something about the experiment that happened here 9 years ago. Clover bit her lip. She stared down at the floor for several long moments, and when she spoke, it was very audible. I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just not in the mood, okay? You understand, right? I'm just keep thinking about my brother. I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that to my brother? Alright, so that's why. I can't forgive them. I'm not gonna let them get away with it. They're gonna pay for it, I promise. So... Her shoulders were shaking. Drops of blood had sprung from her lips where she was biting them. She wiped it off and looked up at Junpei, her eyes fierce with anger. Junpei, who do you think did it? Her voice was cold and scarcely above a whisper. Junpei gulped. Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have been at least 2 of them. You need at least 3 people to open the numbered doors. If you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other people. And skipping this, because this is not new. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, not sent cock and 7. would it be cock and 7? Would it be cock and 7? Could it be? Were cock and 7 the killers? What's wrong? Clover looked at Junpei and looked back at her. There was no point in hiding it. He told her his conclusions. That's what I thought. She looked less surprised than he expected. Cock and 7. If it was 2 people, then probably it's the only combination that works. Hey, wait a minute there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions? Well, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. There might be other possibilities. Well, what are other possibilities? He didn't have an answer. He was ready to admit defeat when Clover spoke. Are you saying you think that it was 3 or 4 people? I really don't think that's likely. Why? Can I borrow your pen and paper? Clover put her hand out expectantly. I'm somebody that writes an essay. I'm putting unnecessary extra words in there when there already are extra words on top of extra words. She opened a notebook and wrote down several simple addition problems. Eventually, she had 8, which provided a digit root of 3. A, B. Oh my god, you're not doing that. There's no way. There's no fucking way. These 8 combinations are the only possible ones. I see. Junpei, yeah? I can trust you, right? Of course. Why would you need to ask that? Really? Yeah. So then I should get rid of B, D, and G, and H, right? Of course. Just cross them out. You should take off yours too. The ones with 4. So what does that leave? A and E. Wait. It can't be A. Why not? Because June's in that one. There's no way in hell she'd do something like that. Are you sure? I bet my life on it. Okay. Then I can cross that. Then I can cross off A2, right? Yeah. Well, what have we got left? E. EA Sport. Cinegame. Do you know what that means? Everyone besides me, Yoon, and June would be working together. Do you think that's likely? If it were 4 people working together, they wouldn't be very cautious. I don't think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us, right? Well, you do have a point. And besides, if Ace and 7 are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went into the shower room with them. But they didn't. They didn't even try anything. If they were the killers, why wouldn't they? Her voice was calm, but Junpei had only Junpei had only to look in her eye to know it was forced calm. There were tears forming in the corners of her eyes, and she was blinking vigorously to keep them back. Perhaps by attempting an objective analysis of who might have killed her brother, she had been able to distance herself from the harsh reality of his death. The more she struggled to act unconcerned, the more Junpei felt his heart tightened. Okay, yeah, well, that does make sense. It seems pretty unlikely that it was many as 3 or 4 people. Yeah, then that means there is a good chance it was cock and 7. That's how it looks. But why would they do it? There was a moment of silence. I think I know. Well, what is it? He laid his hand gently on her shoulder. He was close, so close to the answer. When Ace chose the worst possible moment to return. He raised a knowing eyebrow and then spoke. Have I interrupted something? What do you want? There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment? He turned on his heel and walked back toward the wheelhouse. Junpei looked over the Clover and he gave her a short nod, hoped that she would be willing to talk to him again later, and follow Ace. What did you want to talk about? Ace looked at Junpei and smiled, perhaps more of a smirk than a smile. There was something I wanted to check. Yeah? What's that? If you'll excuse me. With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest. Hey, what the hell are you doing? He reached for Ace's arm, but it was already too late. In the older man's hand were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket. Just as I thought. You switched them, didn't you? When we voted? Oh well, I can't say I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted despite your mischief. Why did you? Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it. Ace smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left. What do you mean turned on his heel, man? That is so weird, bro. It's so cringe. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat Junpei had lost. But it was a defeat Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense. Okay. Turn the steering wheel. The helm. Well, the steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. When if a barge feels like something is keeping it in place. What would be the point of moving it? The ship is stopped. What would be the use of steering it? Yeah, I know, still. The helm. It won't move. A compass. But it says here, turn the steering wheel! Oh, there's another one here. I suppose you could call it a helm. Steering wheel might be accurate. However, the ballpark steering wheel looks like it still moves. Then fucking turn it, mate! Bro! Compass. I really hope you don't think it sounded cool. An engine or the telegraph. They use the old ship to adjust the speed of the ship. Like a gear shift in the car. Well, it's a little different. The device does to connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends the signal to the engine. There is a handle on top of it, which might be moving back and forth too. Hold on. Huh? There's no handle. You're right, there isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed. Broken compass. Doesn't look like it would be very useful. A desk. Anything in the drawers? Nope. No, I'm not clicking on that. I'm not clicking on that either. Asshole. Looks like this is the only exit. I am so confused. What is this? Some kind of display. It looks like a little Electronic scoreboard, I imagined that recently. What do you want from me, man? Turn the steering wheel! Oh my god, and now it does it. So it would seem I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move the steering wheel, the compass also moved. What do you mean? The ship, it's moving. Ha. Tricked you, didn't I? The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. Turn the steering wheel. Oh, over here. North, east, southwest. I need to go south first. Hey! Fuck off! Skip! Dick! No. 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 South. West. Southwest. If that's southwest, that is then... I need northwest. Northwest. East and north. East and then north. What the? The handle came off. Ha. Stooping so low, are you, Zero? The handle came off the steering wheel. A handle. Examine the arrival board right on the exit. An arrival board like the airport, there's nothing on it right now though. Wooden, okay, not what I clicked though. So I'm sure the handle fits. Yes, it fits. Excellent. That should allow us to cooperate the engine order telegraph. Let's give it a shot. Replace the handle and then full, half, full, half, slow, full, half, slow, full, half, that's slow, and then stop. Huh? That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. Look, something's happened on the back wall of the wheelhouse. Yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. Wait, what? Back wall of the wheelhouse? There's another room on the other side of the window. There are a bunch of wooden pile. This room is just like the other one. Metal plates bolted over the windows. Heck, not just bolted, it looks like they've been welded. No way in hell are we gonna go okay. Looks like familiar. Saw something earlier in the shape of this hole, I know. Item. Pocket watch. Looks like some sort of a lock. It's got a weird shape. Huh? The shape. Maybe. It does look like the pocket watch I could fit in here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go in there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first. And what is it that we need to do? A mechanical watch with a spring. It doesn't appear to be working. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes 39 seconds and past 10. Turning the knob does nothing. Yeah, it's probably broken. It looks as though you could move the hands, however. Okay, okay, okay. I know what I did wrong. I know what I forgot. The digital scoreboard or something like that on the left side. It's got names of the ports the ship will stop at along its route. The last line says 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. That must be the estimated time of arrival at the final port. Oh, perhaps. Whoa, what is he doing? Excuse me, Junpei. Hey, you just took my pocket watch. Hey, what the hell are you doing? It's not even yours to begin with. Just trust me. It should be fine now. Well, thanks for giving me the pocket watch back, but you don't need to look so smug about it. Let's see what Oh, he moved the hands. 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Oh, so you changed it to match the final arrival time. Ace nodded slowly. You know what to do next, right? Give it a shot. A pocket watch that has the blah 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 blah. It's set at the same time with estimated arrival at final destination. What are you doing? There's only one thing for you to do, and you know it. Now give it a try. Games always do like this. You know what to do, right? Go on and do it. Even though there was no indication in this type of game. In this game there is, but I played so many games where you're like, you know what to do, right? And there was no directive whatsoever. None. That's why I'm putting it in here. Yes, it says open now. Good work. It seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Hey, Clover. What? Look, we unlocked the door. Now we can get out of this room. Oh, well, let's go then. Clover. Uh-huh. I found it. The space they found themselves in outside of the wheelhouse was far too narrow to be called a hallway. On the left was a wooden door. Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond. It was full of manner of turn-the-century electronic equipment. Turn of the century. Most of them were things they never seen before. They had no idea what they might have been for, let alone how to operate them. One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it. Ah, yes, telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago. He turned and slowly took in the room. This must be the communication office. Okay, a metal plaque was nailed to it. It read Captain's quarters, the captain's quarters. That's what it says. Then do you think I am Zero, the captain of this ship? Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hand begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected. Well, we won't know if we don't open it. She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw was a man on the floor, covered in blood. Junpei felt his body seize up. His mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins slowed into a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist. Sure, this was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that what he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he could not hope to match. The sense of helplessness and desperation washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid. Then he realized they had to check the man's pulse. Perhaps he was still alive. Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. His fingers on the man's neck felt no pulse. His pupils had dilated, and he wasn't breathing. There were no pupils to begin with, my guy. So I don't know what you're on about. Junpei lifted the man's stiff body. There was a deep red wound on its chest. Junpei did not have to wonder long what could have made such a wound. For lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in blood, in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood. A captain. Did that mean that this man was Zero? On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0. It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it was a joke. Wow. So that was Zero? Nah, ain't no way.